Sí, o sea, los que no son organizadores no pueden bajar.
Bueno, pues son los
No, me si los invitados vienen antes.
Ah, no, no, vale.
Buenas, ¿qué tal?
Traigo más cervezas y Coca-Colas.
Ahí tienen una neverita en la mesita esa, désela a esta gente. Por favor.
Jesús no venía todavía, pero trae agua, comida.
Cayetano, ¿cuál es el ángulo?
¿Cuál es el ángulo?
¿Qué tengo que grabar? ¿Dónde vas a estar?
Pues seguramente está aquí. Si triángulas. Vamos, yo entiendo que sí.
Buenas.
Hola, perdona.
Nada. Bien, Eduardo.
Mano, beso, mano.
De todo. Ay. A ver. A ver. Ahí. Mientras que no te ponga la esquina.
Se ve bien. Se ve bien ahí arriba. Se ve bien. Hola, hola. Can you hear me? Hi, everyone. Hello. Let's go. Okay. Oh, hello. Welcome. Welcome to GDG Alicante. I hope you're enjoying the Alicante fresh weather. Amazing fresh weather. Everyone looked quite overwhelmed when you first got here. So I hope you're all feeling better. Who has been at a GDG meetup before? Can you raise your hand? Awesome. Okay, cool. So, we're the coolest people on earth. Or we like to think we are. But I don't know, someone that has been at a GDG meetup before, would you like to share what do you think GDG is about? Someone raise your hand around here, no? Yeah, you?
We're sharing knowledge about new technologies, trending things.
Exactly. Perfectly said. Please an applause for her friend, for a great friend. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So GDG is a Google program, or well, really it is a community that is nurtured, created, and organized by developers and other tech people, like more boring tech people like myself. My name is Preet. I am a product manager. Don't tell anyone, but I am. And in my better days, I am a GDG organizer. I have been so for a few years now, but I'm new here in Alicante, as maybe many of you are. And this is what it's all about. It's organized by developers, other tech people, but it's really supported by Google through the Google Developers Group program. So this happens in all the world, every continent, I think, maybe, I'm sure not all countries, but most. And we're here to connect, so get to know each other, get to know new people, know what's happening in whatever city you're at, learn, get new skills, know what's out there, what's happening in the state of the art in the industry, and share. So I'm sure every person here has an interesting skill to share. So hopefully Cayetano won't be the person speaking in our next meetup, and maybe one of you all will be our next speaker, I hope. Questions? Something to add? Anyone that has been at GDGs before? No, you look confused. Are you in the right place? Are you sure? Anyways, that's what we're here for, and that's pretty much who we are. Anything to add? TVG Alicante? No? Cool. So actually, we're here because we have been invited and supported by another community, because part of connecting is growing with communities and being articulated in the ecosystem, not just like having your own little party and not inviting the other parties. So we have Miguel to thank for that from Alicante Tech Vibes. So he will tell us more about his community.
So yeah, first I want to say thanks to GDG for allowing us to participate into this event. With them, it truly means a lot for, well, the community, and myself also very passionate about tech. So I don't know, I just love this, and I love to connect and network with people and, you know, share projects and discuss ideas. So yeah, to keep it simple, well, Alicante Tech Vibes is just a community for friends that was founded 4 months ago, 4.5 months ago. Our first event was to showcase products and startups that are in Alicante. And we also like to mix it up a bit with some parties. So we actually like going to Sausalito, to the beach, you know, enjoy just something more related than tech. It's also connecting people. And our goal is also to bring people that doesn't know anything about tech, but they want to get involved somehow. And as a technical person and a person that has built products and currently building my own startup, I truly believe that the non-technical overview on a business or a startup, it's as much as important as a technical overview. More than we live in AI, and you know, you need to have these two visions of the world. So yeah, thanks a lot. We'll be having a beach party event on August, so hope to see you all, and yeah, thanks a lot.
So I already said everything in the slides, but you can read it. Something really important is that by being GDG being a self-organized community, that means that it's well adapted to the local needs, the local talent, and it's focused on whatever the people in the more grassroots community is needing, right? So that's really, really important, that it's well aligned and focused on whatever ecosystem, local ecosystem currently needs. So today's session, we have a very interesting mission today with Cayetano. I will tell you more about him in a bit, but he's right there sitting. And basically, we will be playing around with LLMs locally so that we can ensure privacy. We will do so through a mysterious API that will run some LLMs, and a desktop app where we can run open source LLMs as well. And Antigravity, OpenCode, which I'm sure Cayetano will tell us all the mysteries and secrets around it today, so I will not bore you more. And give it up for a round of applause. For Cayetano. He's a mobile developer, and I think I always prefer speakers to tell us more about themselves, but in general, Cayetano is part of the GDG Alicante. He's one of the organizers. He's a mobile developer specialized in Flutter and Dart, and he can tell us more of his experience.
I will. Okay, what's problem? So first of all, I will do my presentation here. Okay. Hello everyone. I am a bit excited. So first of all, there are beers there in the fridge. If anyone wants to see me drunk, it's your moment. Cold beer. Imagine the weather outside. So the first question is who I am, why I'm here, why you have to listen to me. It's because Alicante is live. Sorry for that. So, who I am, as Pri said before, I am Cayetano. I am a full-stack developer at Finelwork, the phone company. I develop in Flutter, Self, and usually in Dart. And I am part of the Colossus GitHub community, that if you don't know what is, please go there and try to grab something interesting. And also I am part of GDG Alicante. So now I'm going to do a bit of a spam. This fest is soon, so if you have any interesting talk or speed that you want in the fest, please tell to the GDG people around here. That will be incredible, grateful for all. And I am Flutter developer, so why I'm talking about local AI? And it's not for my work, it's for my passion. I started in Berkeley lab research in Universitat Politècnica de Valencia, Campus Alcoy, and I started there programming and making some LLMs for image recognition, voice speech, and data analysis. And then I forgot it because at this time AI doesn't exist. Each AI has its own name, its own path, its own mother or its own cutting edge, all by him, and now only so is AI. So I start there. Let's go to start. I want to ask before, if you imagine local AI, why do you want local AI? Anyone?
Privacy.
Privacy there?
Because you don't have to pay for it. Yeah. Exactly.
Someone?
Privacy and token control spending. Cost.
Cost. Okay. Someone more? Speed?
Or no.
Yeah, we can see. It depends on your hardware.
Better and newer open source LLMs.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. It's like this. Privacy, freedom, and I put a control. Okay. Privacy. Some of you said it before. Is because your data never leaves your computer. This is important because I think that some of you are have startups, something like that. And this is one of the most important things. When you send to a cloud AI a contract, or you send a piece of your code or a piece of your data, you send it to someone else's computer. So think a bit about someone else's computer. Imagine send it to me, all your contracts for me to check. It's fine. We can see some papers, but also it's a bit tricky. Freedom, because I said before, because you don't have to pay per token, you don't have limited API, something like that. And autonomy, because you can work wherever you want, wherever you are. Doesn't matter if you are a plane, if you are in the middle of bunker in some places, doesn't matter. It can run and you can work with it. So let's start with the most interesting part in all the world, the theory. So what is behind, or what was before the AI what we know today? This is what LLMs. What is an LLM? Someone? It's language? Okay. And someone have another definition? No? Magic. Magic. Yeah, also magic. An LLM is large language model, but imagine that you have amount of data, and you put it all inside a box, you sort of it, and you have it, okay? This is almost an LLM. LLM for us is very close to maybe your phone predictable when you are typing some message, and you say, see you, and say, sure. Imagine the same stuff, but with a lot of books, source code, forums, articles. This is it. This is the trick. If you have enough data for imagine all the words, you have all the words. If maybe you know some tricks about in the big code, there are all the passwords, there are all numbers, and also if you put random letters, you finally have the Quixote, as is so common here in Spain. With LLMs, it's close. So for build an LLM, you need two things. First, grow before you walk, and it's like take all the data that you have available and pre-train the model. And who can do this? I don't have enough money in this. I don't have enough money. I'm never going to have it. But usually Google, Meta, Anthropic, Alibaba, all these people do it. And later the second one, that maybe you know a bit about AI, you can do it by yourself, that is instruction tuning. That instruction tuning is like have Alfred of Batman. Alfred is one special character, have a lot of knowledge. Is probably Batman is alive because Alfred, he died years ago. But it's the same. You have all the data and you say, okay, if someone asks about this, answer like that. Please don't make it anyone. This is stuff that Rod didn't know, but now he knows. With all this stuff, you have the LLMs or AI that you know today. Gemma 4, and I don't know if someone knows who is Gemma. Gemma? Gemma there? Okay. Gemma is the basic, is the OpenCode, open source. The open source of Google, and Gemini is basic of Gemma. And then Gemma 4 is one of the best right now. So we will see Gemma 4, Queen, that is from Alibaba, is also known, and Nemotron, that maybe you don't know that NVIDIA have a lot of AI model, but have it, and Nemotron is one of them. So what will I say again? White cloud versus local AI. I will say before, and now an incredible comparative table. So I will say data privacy. Send data, your database, send your contract, send whatever you want, have a risk. And you don't only have the risk of sending to a third party, that's also a risk. But as all of us know, same data also has its own risk. Like any connection has its own risk, so you have to take care of it. And if you do it in autonomy, if in local AI, it's totally free. Pricing, as we say, connectivity, and this is one of the important things that I re-say. That is, when you work with for another company, and the company have a very rigid structure of who manages the data and how to manage the data, if you use a cloud AI, you need to put this condition in your contract. That, of course, everyone's doing, right? Everyone's using AI and send to the company, right? Okay, all legal, fine. And with local AI, you don't have this problem. And there are another important part that we don't say, but what difference is between cloud AI and local AI? It's the same Gemma that Pavel of Anthropic. Of course. This is a conversation, of course, about local AI, but this is not a fight. In your own hardware, you cannot run huge, enormous model. This cannot be possible. But if you have a data center, please submit the key. But you can run yourself. So cloud AI is needed, of course, because in a cloud AI, you have to pay, of course, or whatever you want to do it. But you can run biggest model. And with the biggest model, you can do other stuff. So if we are going to talk about a bit of local AI, there are some incredible words that we have to know. I will go faster enough to don't worry anything. But one of the more important things is parameters. Could be 37B, 31B, 2B, B of billions. This is the easy one. And who is this word? As we said before, we take book articles, forums, whatever, and we throw it to the LLM and keep training. This is the parameters that we send to the AI. So if we are more capability to predict something. So as big as number, better. But we have a problem. As biggest number, biggest memory, biggest RAM, biggest computation. So for that, exist the other incredible word that is quantification and GDG. So what is quantification? Some who works with C, programming in C, one, and assembly. So maybe quantification is close to that you imagine. When I started C and I have memory issues that I have a program that is biggest that the memory card that I have, you have to optimize a bit, and the most common optimization is this is float, this is double, this must to be this long, the chart, it must to be smaller. So it's the same. Quantification is the same. It's like you have a float number and you convert, imagine, in an int or in double. So with this, we lose precision, like always, but we win run size. And this is and this is a common word that you will like looking for if you have Windows, Linux, or whatever. This is the word that you need. Tokens, everyone's tokens, okay. Tokens are the chunks or information that they are take, answer, or read. Usually, a word is 75% of a token. Okay, so you can do like the grandma counts that doesn't have saying in English, pero las cuentas de la vieja en español, and say, okay, if I send 100 words must be 75 words is 100. So you can do it like this. Also, this is so interesting because if you are go to run LLMs in your computer, you must know for your own space how many RAM or source or whatever you want to tell you want to the model can read at the same time. And this is the easy one. Imagine like this line can only see me, but Pri can see all of us. The same for the context. As less context, less information that the LLM keep at the same time. So I think that the image is so enough for understand this, but it's that. And now this is one of the newest in AI. All the new thing is new only for 2 days, or maybe 1 hour. And it's the mixture of expert versus dense. Dense is like all like the line itself is like Cayetano. Take a paper, like, grab the paper and move it and leave it in the table and then return. This is the dense mode. Okay, you use all your neural network for do the action to understand the token and execute the action. And with mixture of expert, you do okay. I have a token. What I have to do with this? Only put it in the okay. I only use the hand. Later, I use my other hand to do another stuff. It's like experts. You put in your AI. You have an expert for move the information faster. And the most important thing for local AI is know your limits. It's incredible to use Babel, but don't run into it. So you need to know what is your RAM and how to run on it. So we have like incredible, and of course you have to annotate because you are going to be loose. This one, but this is more important. Don't forget it. And later, the other thing that is very important is discrete GPU versus Apple Silicon. I hate Apple, however, fucking Apple, do some things well. So if usually maybe you have, if you don't use Apple, maybe you use a normal GPU. The GPU have VRAM, and this VRAM is where you have to fit your local RAM. Apple have an incredible technology that is unified memory. So all RAM is also VRAM. So with a normal computer like my computer, you can execute and manage a large model that if you use a normal computer, you already have the 12 gigabytes of your RAM, of your GPU, or something like that. So I think that all of you take the notes of this, because we are not going to use it anymore. We are going to use LM Studio for doing all the stuff. So why use LM Studio? You can use LM Studio on Olama. Today I will show LM Studio. And it's for calculate the more important thing as these two, calculate the hardware and say you can run it or not. So you say, I want to run this, say no. Okay. You say yes. And also expose an endpoint and a server for us to your model. It's incredible because with this we can use OpenCode or even Antigravity clip. That is a bit tricky, but it is. So that's it. End of the theory part. Let's go to the live demo. I think that I do well. 20 minutes, something like that. So let's go. I will show you this. Sí. Digamos la pinza. complicated. Okay. Vale, no lo quites. Así es bastante. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So, first of all, install LLM Studio is installed. Welcome now. So, in LLM we can see different different stuff here in the left sidebar.
The Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi. Okay, it's true. Okay, I disconnect the Wi-Fi. The most important thing that we need to know is the discover part. Doesn't matter because I have. So the discover part, the Wi-Fi. The discover part, that is the only part that you will need internet connection. That is where you download the model. You can do it if you know Having Face. You can go to Having Face and do like there and put whatever you want. But here you have all the stuff that you needed for knowing if you can run it or not. And we see before the incredible formula is here. Green, awesome. What is this? Red. Okay. So I download Gemma, as I said before, also Nemotron and Queen. This is the number that we see. 12B is 2 billion of parameters, and also have quantification at some. What is quantification here?
QAT is
Sí, está aquí. No sé dónde lo tengo. Okay, I didn't see quantification right now, but doesn't matter. The other is format, that is the GGUF, that is the common one, and also I put Queen because if you have Apple, maybe you will need or you will prefer MLX, that is for Apple silicon chips. So you have to download it, and maybe have a time is 6, 7, 8 gigas or more, and I can disconnect the Wi-Fi and see the other tabs. So this is the first one. Is the chat. You can here you can load the model for executed. The develop tab is for run the server that we will see before after, and the levels. So I prepare some chat here that I do it in my house also. It's failed. So when you test a normal AI, doesn't matter, cloud or whatever, usually the people do different kind of exercises, one of logic, another of imagination, and these three cannot generate image, but the normal of generate a hand with 7 fingers and only generate with 5, or two people hanging with the left hand and also with the right. For today, I use one of them, and it's the concrete one. Maybe you know what is blue concrete sing when it's bent. If I bend blue concrete at a concert, what happened? So what happened? I have concrete and it's blue. I blend the concrete, and when I blend the concrete sink. What happened if I blend the concrete in a concert? It will sink. So AI think the same?
Probably.
It depends on the model. Here, today we have now it's running. You probably know this screen is a common screen. It depends on the model. We will see later. Gemma and Quinn say that the complete thing and it's an incredible concept. But the Nemotron, that is a model with less parameters, say that it's impossible. Concrete is solid, so if you blend, it will be broke and don't have map, so cannot see. So we see it seems very, very good job. With Queen, we also have the same answer. And seeing this a bit, Queen, I want to see, will think a lot. Here we have the other incredible words that we see before. We have context length. You can see that the number of parameters that we have contained or used at the same time. And here in the left side, we have the system prompt that is using like, did you remember when I said that LLM have two phases? The pre-training and also the
tuning.
So with system prompt you can do stuff like that. It's usually used, I don't know, everything legal, of course. I don't know if you have crawler, sonar, radar, all this stuff that is used for download videos, films, and series, something like that. And you use Bazar, base, I don't know what's in English. The system prompt is used to send to a local LLM or a cloud LLM how to manage the data that you are going to send. Like you write the system prompt, and here's when answer using before the system prompt. Like here, the example is only answer with lines. Okay, if I put it, they will only answer with lines. And also have some presets that are important to know if you're using for programming, maybe code with a less temperature. Temperature is one word that I didn't show to you before. That is how imagine, I don't know how to say. Imaginative is the AI. Put it to 1, and you will be in a cloud. It's like awesome. So for code, you usually use low temperature, and if you want to write a book or something like that, an article, maybe you will use a high temperature. This is one of the problems that we see before, that it's not the same local AI that cloud AI, and one of the problems is this one. Queen is a model that is good. Queen is a very good model, by the way, for programming. But he likes to think a lot more. I don't know why. And he 3 minutes thinking about how to say it doesn't sing. So this is one of the problems of local AI. You can, like, if you have a data center, solve it. You have a better computer than me that only have 5 years. Maybe it's going to be faster. But he takes his time. And also we see that Queen said that he will grow back. if you are a very good singer, you will sing. Is there someone? But the Nemotron, I think that will be saying anything. And other kind of exercises that you can do with for test and AI is a programming test, a common one. For this, I put it programming all the clocks of the world with a pop-up for see the countries that are in its clock. But I think that we are going to move to OpenCode for configurate OpenCode and to Antigravity. But we will see, we will see after. So I don't know if anyone's know OpenCode. OpenCode? Okay, so OpenCode is a terminal that you can execute different kind of models, all that call all speaking the same language. Usually is OpenAPI. I can say because it is here. That usually is OpenAPI configuration here. OpenAPI compatible endpoints. This is where you usually use this, and here you can use a lot of different kind of models. You have, if you pay, you can put it here. It's a very awesome tool. If you usually buy coding or code using AI system, maybe one of the most powerful right now. So here you can put whatever you want. Usually cloud AI, and also you can use it for local AI. As we see in LLM, you can go to developer tab and run a server. The server run with the model that is using right now. I get this one. And also, by the way, if you want to work with a lot of local AI at the same time, it will say no, I think. If you can run it because you don't have enough run, it will stop you and say, okay, you can only execute one. I think that I closed it. It's the first time that they close all the tabs on my computer, so maybe it is so happy. So now that we have Gemma here, if we add something in some place, we will see the logs here. And if we want to use in OpenCode, there are different ways to do it. I'm going to do it with this one. That for me is the simplest one. That is open the configuration file. Okay, and then copy. Then save, then close, then go to terminal, then exit, and then open again. And now, if I do models, I put local. Okay, so this is for me, there are another way for doing it. But for me, it's an easy part because you can only have to put the configuration file on OpenCode and then say what provider we will use and the model and the names. For extract the name of this one, but maybe it's a bit tricky, you can use here are all the load methods, and here you have the LLM name that is put in right here, and the name is what you want to see. So if I search for Queen, that is so. There are a lot of queens. I have the API of NVIDIA, the OpenCode and LLM Studio. So I can choose whatever I want. If you use it like this, right now I think that they have see. No, let me see. Here. I have Gemma. So if I go to Gemma and I say, oh, you can see here the tokens, who is processing the prompt, and who is working right here, and we will land. So using LLM, it's not needed to use it here. You can connect to OpenCode for execute the same that you will do usually with OpenCode. And there are also, because we are with Google developer groups, so we love Google. And you can also use on Antigravity. Antigravity is a bit tricky because if you use it before, maybe no, not now, but if you use it before the change, you can use it for agentic programming, connecting different kind of AI models and execute at the same time outside the Google ecosystem. But they changed it, and now Antigravity can only use with Google ecosystem. So when you execute Antigravity, say, use my models. These are my models. Use it with my API and works. So if you want to use Antigravity with other models, instead of local models, will be whatever you want. The common use is create an MCP and send to the MCP send to the MCP. If you are going to execute something like that, you create MCP and MCP call your local AI or whatever and answer to the model. So it takes a lot of time, but the answer is here. And with Antigravity, you will need it. Okay, so
Why did it take that amount of time? Because it's
I don't know.
I think I know why. It's because the plan mode. It's because the plan mode.
Probably it's the plan mode. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it is plan mode. So it takes like a lot of plan mode. Yeah. Because I did it in my local machine. It takes like 1 second or 2.
Yeah, it's true. I change to plan mode. It's like I don't know why I change automatically to plan. It's enter to OpenCode and tap from plan mode and later execute. Probably it's from the plan mode because we see before there are system prompts, and OpenCode has its own MCP and its own system prompts. It's plan mode. Now, yeah, definitely. So in the plan mode, the system prompt of the plan mode is different to the build mode. So they need to analyze the system prompt and then analyze your prompt. So probably have this difference. And for using Antigravity, you have to install Antigravity. I will use Antigravity Clean. And you have to create if you are going to use an MCP, because you create another MCP in some place, and maybe this code is like similar to you. I use the OpenAI import for create an OpenAI. The base URL is my local that's the LLM Studio create. An APT doesn't matter whatever you want, but it could be null. It's impossible. So you put whatever. And this is how to create the MCP server. After that is that easy. That do the same. Move to the configuration file. Install your MCP, and later. Oh, wait. As I said before, Antigravity is using all the Google technology. So you need to have internet because if not, it's not going to work. Like OpenCode will work, that we see that it is working, but Antigravity use all the Google environments. So you have to have an account and log in, and then put the MCP, and then use it. So it's a bit tricky. MCP, of course, the only MCP. So here we have the MCP, that is the server that we created before. Here I put the path for the MCP server, and now I can use it. I create it from it's true. Wait, and now I can do this. Okay. Now you will see. Now it's working. It's good. So here, with this, here in, we can see the same. Is using the MCP and it's working. We have also time. You have to use this phone all the time. It's not needed to use it's like you create an MCP server. When you create an MCP, way to go and when you create an MCP server, you say when, where, how to use the MCP. It's not necessary to say use this MCP. However, in this case, if I will use a local AI with Antigravity, Antigravity has its own local model, so probably he will not use your model. He prefers to use Google models. So for this reason, I specify use the MCP for the local, and that's it. Okay, so that's all. I am going to put this. I will put this. And I'm going to put this. And I will take this slide for me. Okay, so I think that I go diving enough to say what is local AI, how to execute it, where, some tools. If you have another doubts, please ask to Pri or wherever, ask to Esteban. Not to me, please. No, it's a lie. You can ask wherever you want. And now, for me, thank you so much for being here. And now, Alicante Test Byte will be continuing with all of this. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, so there's a lot of beer, so let's do some networking and talk about this. Very excited to have you all here, right? Thank you.
So, beer there. Es verdad. Sorry, I was focusing the slide. Now it's 1 hour. You must to leave. I have to leave. So, sorry. Any question?
Just sorry. It's just I don't know, when you execute it locally, can you make a project where you actually need the local AI to scrap something from the internet and get some information that you don't have in local?
Yeah, you can do it. It's like if you use. Wait. It's true. Sorry. If you are using LLM Studio, you can put your own MCP or do it by yourself. If you need to search in the web, there are. I usually use the Brave API for do it. You have to go to Brave API, put it, and you can search and you can install your MCP. But if you do it with OpenCode will manage all this for you. And if the model can do it. If the model can do it, OpenCode will manage it for you. Sorry.
I do have a question related to the actual benefits of local LLMs to business applications. Because what I see here, I think that businesses need to move fast. What I'm seeing here is a huge amount of bottlenecks that a team will not be able to afford. That's why they rather pay for an actual frontier LLM to move fast. So I don't know, after all this and the knowledge that you have here, how do you think local LLMs could be adapted actually into the business world and actually taken to startups?
There are different approach when in a company. There are two important things that you have to have in mind. One is the privacy versus speed.
Yeah.
It's like if you are programmers, maybe you know that one day your boss will come to you and say, we have to deploy this tomorrow. It's like tomorrow. Okay, let's go to code some lines here and then we'll deploy, pray Jesus. And if all go well, it's fine, but I don't promise anything about the code that is here.
Yeah.
This is usually on our work, and this is the same budget. It's like if you have to move faster, maybe you lose security, privacy, or whatever. With AI, it's the same, and also for a company. For me at my house, I don't use my computer. I have another computer, a bigger computer that is like 20 seconds. That is good enough for the model that I use. But in a company, I think that is not, maybe the local AI in each computer is not the way. It's more, it's like if you want to use a local AI in a company, maybe the base approach will be have a Mac Studio and everyone connect to the Mac Studio, or a bigger computer that you can connect and send information to there, and also use your local AI in your computer. You get, it's like, now that you have the power of install a local AI, you have different approach. So in a company, I imagine I have 3 workers here, and everyone need to use local AI because we have a third company that is very strict with this confidentiality. So probably, if I have enough money, I will put Mac Studio. Everyone can connect to the Mac Studio. Mac Studio generate a server. So if we have like huge questions or big thinking questions, we can send to the Mac Studio, and if not, I can run in local. So I will like go that way. I think that is a best way. And if not, it's not a battle. You can use local AI. You can. It's like if someone may think that you come here the last time that Sasa, that is a programmer, GDE, create a Gemma, Flutter Gemma that is using Flutter, and you can use both. And Sasa said, you use local AI for privacy and cloud AI when you need to be faster. So probably in a company, I think that is the best way, like mix together local AI when you need to be privacy, and the other when you need to be faster. And you can like, and so like less tokens So another question?
About the business and the speed. Remember that you can use this local model in the cloud, but in a virtual server. No? Yes, it's a way to use local model in your business, in a production environment for your customer in the cloud with low code because you don't pay for the token. But in a production server with a scalability, with security, but in your environment, in your project, in your tenant. It's a way, and I think that today the thing is when to decide to use local in cloud or in your computer or your server, or the general or the general models. Depend on the business. I think that the companies in this moment are working in a hybrid environment, deciding when for complex functions or complex using the fundamental models, and for specific tasks, using local models.
Okay. The Nicolas approach, maybe you don't hear. Nicolas approach is local, but you can pay a server, put it in the server, and call to the server. Like it's not necessary to generate a local server. You can pay another computer bigger and put it there, your local model, and it will be with the same privacy. Another question?
Your time.
Tell me.
Yeah, I have a question about anti-gravity. Because with anti-gravity you can install skills or plugins and all kind of stuff. I don't know if you use local models, you are able to use the skills and all the tools that anti-gravity have.
No.
It depends on how you install. Usually, MCP is an external tool that you call. So you can, it's on your computer. You can do your engineering that you want, but you use anti-gravity clip. That is the I usually use. I am pretty sure, maybe I was wrong. If I was wrong, please tell me. But I am pretty sure that your MCP cannot use your anti-gravity skills. So you can upload your skills to LLM Studio. You want to, but you have to manage both, and I think that is a bit tricky.
Yeah, another thing is the model that you are going to use in local is able to use some tools like scrapping the web or something. I found some models have problems with using tools, even if they are using some content. So that's another thing to have in mind. And another question is, you have to be connected to use anti-gravity. But for the login, if you after make the login in Google, you can log out and use the local without internet, or it's not possible?
Not with anti-gravity. You can customize. If you use the anti-gravity SDK, you can develop your own agent, and maybe you can go then for local. But if you are using anti-gravity, the anti-gravity either or click, you have to be logged in Google, and you have to use the license from Google and the models that they give you. You cannot use a local model. You have to have a license.
Anti-gravity change. Now, if you don't know, there are 3 different kinds of anti-gravity: anti-gravity idle, anti-gravity, and anti-gravity clip, that are different. So I usually use anti-gravity clip because for me, I prefer to use clip, the terminal program, but There are an IDLE also, and the IDLE, the connection with the IDLE is the same. Or
Yeah,
we
because
have to
it was Gemini key and they changed the name or something.
yeah. It's okay.
Since locally you have less resources, like in the previously you mentioned having many smaller agents, like in your experience, how does it behave? Like instead of having one Quen model running, you have like a smaller, but I don't know, like I think Gemma is smaller, but then having them like query each other, does it have like a benefit, or does it have like the same results as using only one bigger model?
This is interesting. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting because I usually use OpenCode, and when I use OpenCode, I like to use one model for plan, another for bool. And okay. And I try to do the same with locals model. I put Queen, Gemma for plan mode, and Queen for the bool mode, and also Nemotron. This is the reason that I have three. And my computer crashed. It's like he can handle it, so he can play. It's like all run at the same time. You don't lose. It's like you don't need more time for requests. Like if Gemma feed and also feed Queen and also feed Nemotron, you send it the request, and it's more or less the same time. But it's true that you use in Mac all the RAM. So it's true, it's work, but your computer is great. Because a computer without RAM is usually not operative. It's dying, it's crashing. So I use it, works, I don't recommend it. I try to, it's like, if the model it needs 6 GB, I prefer to have like 8 GB of RAM for me. Like the operating system needs RAM, me as user needs RAM, and other stuff. But you can execute it. Maybe with another computer, with another hardware, it's possible to execute all of them if you want. Anyone else? Okay. So now I am free.